can count on. KOMU 8 News starts now.
KOMU 8's Grayson Rainey joins live at Watlow to tell us more about how the company thinks it can help.
More than 200 people currently work here at the Watlow Columbia plant. Now the company wants to hire and train about 20 additional people. Watlow, reporting live in Columbia, Grayson Rainey, KOMU 8 News. The Associated General Contractors of Missouri reports 80% of Midwest contractors report difficulty finding hourly craft workers, and 49% are having problems filling salaried positions. Today's event was an opportunity for students to learn more about the industry and potentially help bring those numbers down in the future. From the sounds of excavators and hammers, Mid-Missouri high school students got to experience the construction industry in Jefferson City.
Not just jobs in the construction industry, there are careers, high-paying careers.
Build My Future is a one-day event that helps local high school students see firsthand the construction industry. Students were able to try different activities like welding and operating an excavator. One student was excited for the event.
I'm more of a labor guy. I'd rather be out working and doing stuff than sitting inside all day and playing video games.
More than 45 vendors were on site and students got to talk to construction professionals. Another student said he was looking forward to the heavy machinery component of the event after working at a golf course last summer.
They had me running like bobcats and backhoes and stuff like that, and I kind of got the interest for it.
Due to the pandemic, the construction industry has needed more workers. Charlize Ruth says construction is year-round and continues to be in high demand.
And if you remember, construction was deemed essential in the state of Missouri. We never stopped working.
Organizers are hopeful to have another expo next year for students eager to get into construction. Nearly 600 students showed up for today's event. In the studio, Grayson Rainey, KOMU 8 News. Noah, President Biden asked the Labor Department to require businesses with 100 or more employees to order those workers to get vaccinated or be tested every week. Today, a committee heard how this could negatively affect businesses and healthcare in Missouri and also gave their own take on it. The Republican-led House Judiciary Committee used today's hearing to sound off about a federal mandate on vaccines.
We have seen this past week from the Biden administration is anti-liberty, anti-American, and in my belief, unconstitutional.
Protesters also held signs outside the Capitol disapproving the vaccine mandate. One person representing the Missouri Healthcare Association said staff members are just tired and a mandate would drive away more healthcare workers.
Our healthcare industry right now, the healthcare system is burned out. We've been fighting this virus for 18 months.
Besides healthcare, Representative Nick Schroeder argued how the mandate would affect businesses.
25% of businesses, as we just heard, in the state of Missouri are opposing this mandate.
Committee Chair David Evans said people should have a choice on the vaccine.
Medications to take, what to put in our body as a personal decision. And a lot of us believe it still should be a personal decision to be made by the individual.
Democratic Representative Ian Mackey was the only committee member to push back against the demands in today's hearing. Now, Governor Parson has said he is considering calling a special legislative session to challenge that vaccine mandate, but there was no talk of a special session in the hearing today. Reporting live at the state capitol, Grayson Rainey, KOMU 8 News.
It's Grayson Rainey is here in the studio to tell us why getting federal assistance has become more difficult. Grayson?
Jordan, some Missouri families can't get proper federal assistance to help with food. Programs like the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program are designed to give benefits to low-income families. In the latest report from DSS, fewer people are receiving SNAP benefits this year from last year, but it's not because of a lack of need. In order to receive those benefits, families must go through an interview and provide documents. The process is being slowed because of long wait times and call center issues. Organizations like food banks are helping fill a need by providing food directly to those who need it most.
So unfortunately, with COVID, it has meant that a number of people have found themselves in need for the very first time. And across the country, food banks have seen increases in the number of people that are experiencing need and need food assistance.
The food bank is hosting a food and fun drive next Tuesday in preparation for Thanksgiving. In the studio, Grayson Rainey, KOMU 8 News.
In the latest, education station, KOMU 8's Grayson Rainey explains the process of getting rid of hundreds of trailer classrooms.
A sight familiar to many teachers and students. Trailers have been around Rockbridge Elementary School in Columbia for a long time, dating back to the 1970s.
We've had trailers since 1979, so very long time.
Rockbridge Elementary is one of several schools in the CPS district that still use trailers, but the trailers will be phased out in the coming years. CPS is improving schools and adding construction projects to help accommodate more students into the main buildings. A CPS spokesperson says these plans are needed to provide high-quality buildings to serve students and teachers.
Actually started more than 10 years ago to begin eliminating trailers in our school district. Trailers are really inefficient. There's a lot of issues with them.
According to recent CPS data, by 2022, there will be less than 21 trailers operating out of the school system. One CPS parent says she's excited that her children will be able to work inside the newly constructed building at Rockbridge after learning inside the trailers.
My daughter is very excited and hopeful that they will be out of the trailer and into a new classroom from our new addition before the end of the school year.
The construction project at Rockbridge will add new classrooms and a music space to the west side of the school. CPS plans to use more projects to update schools for the next several years through a bond project that needs approval from the board. Grayson Rainey, KOMU 8 News, Columbia. The Fulton Train Depot closed to passenger service back in 1930. There was a reopening Christmas event here a week ago. The Chicago and Alden Railroad operated out of the Fulton Station after it opened in 1911. The market days will be on Fridays and Saturdays through mid-December. One studio designer who works in the depot says she hopes the event will spark interest.
Everyone just had a really expressed interest in seeing the building brought back to life so that it's no longer an eyesore, but once again, a prominent landmark in the town, something that the town can be proud of.
Customers can also come and purchase Christmas trees and gifts here at the depot. Reporting live in Fulton tonight, Grayson Rainey, KOMU 8 News. Tom Likens just got back to Columbia last night, bringing home his 4th Paralympic gold medal. He also won the gold medal coaching the men's wheelchair basketball team in the 2016 Paralympics in Rio. And before that, he led the women's teams to gold in 2004 and 2008. Over the weekend, the U.S. defeated Japan in the championship game. I asked him to describe the importance of the event.
We have the Olympic Games, Paralympic Games is it's the pinnacle, and our guys have worked very hard for 4 years to get ready for this. Really 5 this year because of COVID, and it's a lifetime of work that goes into this that paid off for them.
Likens has been the coach of the Mizzou wheelchair basketball team since 2009. He said he hasn't thought about coaching the 2024 games in Paris yet. For now, he wants to enjoy the victory and reflect back on the opportunity. As people start to travel for the holidays, airports like the Columbia Regional behind me and others across the United States will remain busy. AAA expects a 184% increase in air travel over last year. Even as the Omicron variant continues to spread, AAA estimates more than 109 million Americans will travel between Christmas and New Year's. Airports still have those masking requirements, and health officials say you should try to get vaccinated and boosted before you fly. One person flying into Columbia from Washington, D.C. today says he was prepared for full flights.
I haven't flown that much recently, but from what I can tell, demand for travel seems pretty high. All the airports seem very full. The only difference really is just seeing all the masks everywhere.
Now remember, Columbia Regional Airport is losing 2 United flights starting on January 4th, 2022. And this will come right after the holidays, but before many students return back to the classroom. Reporting live at the Columbia Regional Airport tonight, Grayson Rainey, KOMU 8 News. Expansion will create around 270 jobs. Kawasaki Motors specializes in powdered engines that are used on motorcycles and airplane engines. The announcement came today at the former Nordyne manufacturing plant. Leaders from Kawasaki and Boonville spoke at the meeting to discuss the plans for the plant. Kawasaki has plant locations in Lincoln, Nebraska and Maryville, Missouri. One Boonville leader says she welcomes the company.
The building's been sitting vacant since 2015, so for it to be filled up again is going to be totally exciting for our community.
The facility will manufacture engines for lawn and garden equipment. Work on it is set to begin this month with production starting next May. In the studio, Grayson Rainey, KOMU 8 News.